It's another day in Paris, but today we're going to set off to see something brand new. So
yeah, a travel day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're packing it up, leaving this hotel in Paris, and we're going to Normandy, Bayeux, but we're going to go see Normandy, and from there we're going to see
Mont Saint-Michel, I believe it's called.
Michel, which is a fantastic thing we saw on TV.
Yeah, so our bags are packed, and the next thing we're going to do is we'll hit the metro to Saint-Lazare, where the train station is, and we'll try to figure out train tickets to Bayeux. I looked this morning, I think it's like at least a 2.5 hour train ride.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll get a chance to sit and relax, view some scenes of Paris. Hopefully it's not as humid as we had on the metro last night, or on the train last night.
The train was very humid, but in the evening it seems to get more humid.
Yeah. So yeah, today is a travel day, check into a new place to stay day, and wander the local streets of Bayeux once we get there. See, there we go. It's me and a piece of luggage, and there's not room for another person in here. Quite tight. But I'm glad they have the elevator, because taking this down the stairs would be too crazy. I thought we were doing so good, Julie, and then they quickly just dissolved. We got off the metro at Saint-Lazare. I thought there would be the connection for the train station there. There were some RER signs. Couldn't find a ticket office. There was one information desk that had nobody in it. We're going this level, that level. Ultimately couldn't find ticket office, and a gentleman who works at the station saw we were confused.
So many cards? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's a whole nother. How come we have so many Metro cards? That's another story. But he kind of pointed us up an escalator and told us, you go right, you go left, and then we're on the streets of Paris, and it turns out the train station from the Saint-Lazare Metro, in our case, we actually had to leave the metro, go up on the streets, and it is over that way. We are going to go there and see if we can get our tickets to Bayeux.
Days. They're so fun.
Yeah. When you don't know where you are. Yeah. All right, so we're in the right train station finally, but there's multiple ticket offices, and you've got to go to the right one for Bayeux. We were just at another one, and those tickets are for something else. So it takes a little bit of navigating around. We will get to Bayeux today, I'm certain. We began our journey by train, leaving Paris behind and heading west toward Normandy. After picking up a few snacks for the ride, we settled in and enjoyed watching the scenery change as we made our way to Bayeux.
Just a few hours from Paris, we left the City of Lights to visit a town where time slows down. History whispers from every street, and the evening ends with wine under the Norman sky.
After arriving in Bayeux, we checked into the Churchill Hotel, which is ideally located right in the heart of the old town. The hotel's common areas are especially inviting, with plenty of comfortable seating and shelves of books if you feel like slowing down for a bit. Throughout the hotel, you'll also find historic photographs depicting scenes from World War II, a reminder of Bayeux's important place in history. We just checked into the Churchill Hotel in Bayeux, and Julie is going to give us impressions and a quick tour around the hotel. We just walked in.
Wow. It's a historical hotel, and the room is large compared to Parisian, what we were just left. It is gorgeous. It has beautiful painting, or our picture up here. Huge bed. Coffee.
Yay, coffee.
And it's a gorgeous bathroom. It's beautiful.
The shower.
It's huge. Oy.
Shower.
Places to put stuff.
Places to put stuff.
On the other side of the door is the toilet.
Still in the bathroom area, separate toilet area. When you come from small accommodations,
This is like
things can seem amazing. Hotel d'Orsay in Paris did the job for us.
Yeah. Well, that was Paris.
Yeah, that was Paris, and this is Bayeux. All right, and closet area. You've got robes, ironing board, cubbies, and the safe. And
Look at our view. Nice street view.
cafe down below there. The street. All right, the lady at the reception said that everything was walkable from the hotel, so that's good.
This space, like if there's a little kitchen, maybe another little tiny sitting area. You could get me to move here.
All right, so what's a little odd in our room at the Hotel Churchill or Churchill Hotel, take your pick, is we got to our room, I tried to get on the Wi-Fi, and a nice strong signal downstairs by the front desk, but once you come to our room, the signal fades quickly. When I got into the room, I had like one dot on the Wi-Fi, we call that half circle-y thingy, and then it went away, and then I found out, then I experimented to see, does it change when I walk around the room? So room 20 at the Churchill Hotel, your Wi-Fi signal, you have to walk all the way by the front door, by the entrance door, and then you get the signal. But you have to stand right by the front door, because once you go by the bed or by the window, it disappears. So we either have to bring a chair here, or we're going to go downstairs in the lobby and sit on the comfy chairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh. Today we'll get settled and we'll go check out the town of Bayeux. Probably go to the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what we see.
Yeah. I assume that was a cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
We truly enjoyed our stay at the Churchill Hotel and happily recommend this lodging to anyone visiting Bayeux.
After dropping off our bags, we headed out to explore Bayeux on foot. It's a quiet town that invites you to slow down. With its narrow streets, half-timbered buildings, and quiet river pathways, Bayeux feels both historic and very livable. It's compact, easy to walk, and noticeably calmer than many larger French cities. There's a gentle rhythm here, locals going about their day, small shops opening their doors, and just enough activity to feel alive without ever feeling rushed. Rue Saint-Martin is where the action is in Bayeux for shopping and dining. It's lined with boutiques, bakeries, cafes, and small restaurants. We enjoyed wandering and browsing the shops here on a leisurely afternoon.
We looked at some real estate signages in Paris, and there you're like in the millions of euros. Here in Bayeux, there's places for 100 something, 200,000, 300,000 euro, and some of the rentals are less than 1,000 euro a month. All of this is substantially cheaper than where we live in California. I just mentioning you would need to commit to learning French.
And get residency.
And get residency.
Yes.
Go through all that, but at least the housing is relatively accessible in price.
Midday, we stopped for coffee and dessert at Le Café Cuillère. Just a simple, relaxing pause before continuing our afternoon.
Very French.
What do you got there?
It's also very Mexican.
What do you got?
Flan.
I'm gonna have to look this up, Julie, because we have much flan where we live in Southern California,
Yes.
typically at the Mexican restaurants,
Yes.
but when he said it was flan, now it makes me wonder, what's the origin of the dessert? Is it French or is it Spanish? Or
French were there. Mexico.
I'm sorry, they were?
Yeah.
I gotta look this up. The origin of flan. And mine is chocolate raspberry. The gentleman here said everything is made in-house.
Okay.
It all looks spectacular. So I just try to bite of Julie's flan. What do you think of that?
What do I think of it?
Yeah.
It's nothing like the States.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Very different. So in the States, and typically like Mexican restaurants, it's more custard-like.
And very
Kind of.
sugary.
Yeah, very sugary, very like custard, like a pudding. This is almost like a pumpkin pie texture. Less sweet than the flan we have in the United States. And it's a bigger portion than what we get in the United States too.
Because it's so sweet.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
This is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's good.
Yes. Okay, the coffee's just arrived, and even this is fascinating me. So this is new to me. So he brought out the glass with just the milk and the ice, and then the espresso was in a separate vessel. He placed the glass on the table, and then poured the espresso into it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
Yes, as a presentation. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very good. And then you kind of just go like this.
Oops.
Mix it in. Get it even. Voila.
Voila. It's good. All right. And I can tell mine is not hot, so it's on the cool side. It was cafe glacé is what it was on their menu, and he mentioned there's no milk in it.
No milk in it.
So
Yeah.
coffee.
Coffee.
It's coffee.
Coffee. I
And-
don't know what
and-
we did.
Well, it said on the menu something about caramel.
Ah, okay.
So.
Certainly separate.
All right, so we are going to now enjoy our afternoon treat.
Yes.
Yes. And stop talking because we're probably bothering the people next to us. We passed through Place Charles de Gaulle, a peaceful green space where you can pause for a moment, read the informational plaques, and enjoy a quiet break right in the center of town. And we learned that here, where we are, in 1944, June 14th, General Charles de Gaulle arrived from London and reestablished Republican law on national soil, right here. He set up his headquarters in a hotel in the area, and thus, up to the liberation of Paris on the 25th of August in 1944, Bayeux was the administrative capital of France.
There you go.
Yes. Say hello to Alain Chartier, a medieval poet and diplomat who was born right here in Bayeux. So when we arrived at the train station at Bayeux, the Hotel Churchill where we're staying is roughly a 15-minute walk if one was going to walk. And as we had our luggage, we decided we didn't want to walk. There was one option to take a bus to almost the hotel, and then you'd walk just a little bit. But at the time we arrived, the next bus was an hour away.
Right.
So we took a taxi.
Blind. You just were like, I had no idea how much it cost you. I mean, a taxi you'd think wouldn't be that much.
Yeah.
So we took a taxi. It was perfect. And at the end, it was $10, and you paid by Apple Pay.
€10,
€10.
which is probably close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was reasonable for two people and two suitcases.
Yes.
And we're in Bayeux. So, very early impressions of Bayeux, Julie.
Positive. Very, very nice little town. It's not like little, but it's got like I think that felt like an old town type area over where we are at. And it's very pretty.
Very quaint. Yeah? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, compared to Paris, which is bursting at the seams, bustling, lots of life, which is all a great thing. This, on the other hand, is peaceful, is quiet. There seems to be like a main street that's got all the shops and everything. We're right now on our way toward the cathedral. We'll see what that's like, but different vibe, nice and relaxing so far.
Lots of homes.
Yes.
Like residential homes outside of that city center feel area of it.
One of the highlights of our first day was visiting Notre-Dame de Bayeux Cathedral. This impressive cathedral dates back to the 11th century and reflects a blend of Romanesque and Gothic architectural styles. From the outside, its towers dominate the town's skyline, while inside, the space feels vast and filled with light. We explored the interior thoroughly, including several side altars and chapels, admired the stained glass, and spent time looking at the massive organ pipes high above the nave. One particularly interesting display traced the history of Christianity alongside major world events across the centuries. We also walked downstairs to the crypt area and visited the memorial honoring 138 priests, seminarians, and religious figures from the Diocese of Bayeux who lost their lives during World War II. This cathedral is rich in history and detail, and a definite place to add to your itinerary if you visit Bayeux.
We just visited the Cathedral of Notre-Dame in Bayeux, France.
Consecrated in 1077. A lot of it, you can see the antiquities of it. It's just super old. One of the oldest I think I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, I think it has a lot of the original.
The other thing that we learned at this cathedral, if you come to Bayeux, one of the famous attractions here to see is the Bayeux Tapestry.
Yeah.
And when the Bayeux Tapestry was commissioned back in the 1000s by, it was either William the Conqueror or his half-brother, or both.
William the Conqueror commissioned it, and his half-brother created it, or was in charge of creating it.
Yeah. And when it was created, initially it was displayed once a year at the cathedral behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And today it's displayed at a museum that's just that way, which I think we may go see if we can get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we made our way to the museum that houses the famous Bayeux Tapestry, arriving just before closing time. The famous tapestry inside remains one of the most important historical artifacts in all of France. The Bayeux Tapestry Museum is currently closed for major renovation work and is scheduled to reopen in October 2027. It was also recently announced that the tapestry will be displayed at the British Museum from September 2026 through July 2027, marking the first time it will cross the English Channel in centuries.
All right, we just came out of the Bayeux Tapestry exhibit. They have a rule in there that you cannot take photos, no videos, so we will describe our experience to you, that you otherwise have to come to Bayeux to get the first-hand experience. So your first impressions, I have several.
Okay, my first impression is, how in the world was that ever preserved? Because it is ancient old.
Like 1,000 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
The embroidery itself was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. So the experience is when you go inside, the tapestry is presented, it's in this kind of a very elongated U shape. It's at least the length of a football field, I would imagine, if not longer. Like if you stretched it out from beginning to end.
Yeah, I read how long,
Yeah.
but I forget.
It's very long, and it's kind of scene by scene that tells the story of our main characters, William and Harold, and the oath that Harold once gave to William, and as they wander through...
After Edward, King Edward died.
Yes.
Because King Edward had no children.
So they go through the forests and the ships and the wars, and at the end, Harold bites the dust, and we're asked the question if it's a fate beset upon him by God for betraying the oath that he mentioned to William the Bastard, who then became known as William the Conqueror, right?
William the Conqueror and King of England.
Yeah. So I'm going to digress for a second here. So remind me, when we were in Wales and England, you had roots, you have family connections to
There
who?
is a very
There was a
long-
William.
Yeah. So
William?
somewhere, no, William the Conqueror.
William the Conqueror. Somehow connected, you can connect the dots.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay. So the other thought that I had is we were looking at this tapestry. And I think it's hard to imagine not living in the era that you do live in, but we live in an era where there's so much visual stimulation from our phones, and people are on them all the time, to when we get home, television, Netflix, etc. This, to me, I almost like perceive it as like the Netflix of 1,000 years ago. It's how people would have got their visual information, because they mentioned that this would have been presented to people who were illiterate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they did it.
Yeah, so just like stained glass in churches, art in churches, when you had people who couldn't read, it actually is, even today, it's an effective way to present information.
Yeah, tell a story.
Yeah, I think, like, for example, like if you, it would be an interesting science experiment. Give a group of kids this history in a textbook that's just laden with words, and then give another group of kids the same history by walking them through this, and then test them at the end.
With the audio.
You have to have the audio
Yeah.
experience to explain it.
Yeah.
So they do give you an audio guide as part of the admission. Does a fantastic job, and it's paced as kind of like as you walk a very slow pace around the tapestry. The audio is paced.
Yeah, mine
effectively.
came in sooner than yours,
Yeah.
and I was always a little bit behind the queue. Too far, a little too far. I
Oh.
got it.
Yeah. This was not on my list of things to do in Bayeux. I knew it was here, but as we read about it in the church, that it was originally displayed at the cathedral, and I don't know if my hand was in front of your face when I was talking.
okay.
I apologize. And this museum is like kind of just down the street.
It's actually the old seminary too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad we stopped in here. While photos weren't allowed in the tapestry room, there were some images in the gift shop that I took, so I'll overlay some of that just so you can kind of get a sense. There's a lot of material in the gift shop that if you wanted to take home with you, guides that are the scene by scene of the tapestry, or a fold out tapestry. You can get a puzzle, you can get coloring books, or whatever. There's a lot of takeaways. And here's another thing that you can come visit and then ponder the meaning of it in the modern day and your takeaways. These are some of ours.
Well, amazingly, in France, I have now connected my ancestry in France.
Okay.
How did that happen?
Yeah. So we didn't start doing the YouTubes until just shortly after our first epic trip to England and Wales, but that was a trip down memory lane of your ancestry. We did preserve it in some of our earliest podcasts. So if you go back to the podcast archive to our Wales and England Somerset episodes, that's where Julie tells her story where we did a trip to understand your genealogy, because you spent a time with genealogy. I don't have the knowledge other than past my grandparents of my history. So someday I may see if I can figure it out. And that's because so much of it, both of my parents are from Poland. Their families suffered through World War II. Both sides lost everything. All of their homes, all of their land, all of their businesses, whatever they did. And the records that were connected to the family were probably lost in the war.
Well, borders changed.
Yeah, borders changed. So where both of my parents lived in Poland, one is, my dad's side is present-day Ukraine, which I can't visit today. And my mom was, present-day Belarus?
Belarus,
Yeah, which we may go to someday. Anyways, travel is fun. Yes. So thus are our thoughts on visiting the Bayeux Tapestry place. Come here, you'll share your own thoughts, and it's a wonderful experience. I'm glad we came here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
To end our first day in Bayeux, we enjoyed dinner at Marsala. One standout dish was a cucumber lasagna, beautifully presented in layers of soft cheese, herbs, smoked salmon, caviar, and chives. Paired with glasses of red wine and enjoyed outdoors, it was the perfect way to close the day.
Your lasagna.
Very flavorful.
Yeah.
Cheese, really flavorful.
I may have made a little boo-boo, but we can live with it. So when I was selecting the wine, I saw 75 centiliters, which I thought was more like a half carafe, but no.
It's the bottle.
It's the whole bottle, but I think we can solve this problem, Julie, yes?
Yes. If we don't drink it all, maybe they'll let us take it. I wonder if that's legal. Take it to the hotel.
I bet we're going to drink it.
So mine is scallops risotto, and it's on a bed of dark rice. There's a name for it, but I can't think of what it is. And then you've got your scallops set beautifully on top of the rice with the sauce and some cheese around it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it looks absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And my selection is salmon lasagna.
It's bubbly.
It is hot and bubbly with a little side salad. So we are going to enjoy this. We'll finish off the bottle of wine, and this is our first evening in Bayeux. Bon appetit.
Yeah, the rice. It has like a grilled, like almost like meat grilled taste to it. It's really good.
We have finished our first day in Bayeux. An interesting change from Paris,
Yeah,
from the hustle and the bustle. Had a very enjoyable dinner.
Oh, it's very good.
Yes. And we are just back at Hotel Churchill to close it up for the day. Every table outside here at the restaurants, and they're all over the place, is filled. So dinners are late in Paris.
Yes, because the sun stays up.
Yeah, compared to where we live in Southern California. And more adventures on the way tomorrow as we explore more from our time in Bayeux.
Different part of France.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on our visit to Bayeux. In our next video, we'll be heading out on another adventure from this charming city. Join us next time at the places where we go.